Hello and welcome to this fourth in a series of MFL Top Teaching Tips sponsored by Sanako. If this is the first time you've seen one of our tips, you can also see previous ones which have been tweeted and are on our website, looking at things like feedback and homework and whole class speaking assessments. Today we're going to look at why use songs in MFL lessons and how to use them effectively. So first of all, what we shouldn't forget is that songs provide pleasure, mood, enjoyment, and motivation. But also, really importantly, they support memorization of the language. Memory for music is incredibly powerful, as we all know when we hear a song that we've not heard for 20 years and we can start singing along to the lyrics. So using music, which is often very repetitive, can help support students' memory. Songs also model accurate pronunciation and articulation. They meet national curriculum requirements because we are expected to use songs according to the programme of study at Key Stage 3. They can also make hard-to-teach grammar more accessible and relevant, as the lyrics of a song are in fact a text, and once the students have listened to and enjoyed the song, we can then pull apart that text, look at some grammatical features such as different tenses, or some language structures and vocabulary. It's a good idea to use songs with catchy tunes if possible, which will help aid memorization. And there are songs by people called Sarah, a French singer who takes covers of well-known English songs and sings them in French and has lyrics on her YouTube songs. And also ABBA have sung many songs in Spanish, and of course their songs are really well known. I'm going to show you an example now of some songs, and as I share my screen, we are going to first of all look at a song by a little penguin called Pigloo.
La neige vient de tomber ce soir, écoute. Le silence se fait bavard, ressent la fraîcheur des flocons d'argent. Comment ne pas sauter de joie devant ce spectacle étonnant? Pourquoi veux-tu attendre plus longtemps? Je crois qu'est venu le moment, ça y est, où je peux m'écrier. Qu'il fasse bon ou mauvais, moi j'aime skier. Qu'il fasse bon ou mauvais, moi j'aime skier. En avant.
Okay, we'll just pause it there, although you can easily find it on YouTube if you want to look at it yourself. And I want to show you some examples of activities that you could do with a song like this. So the first activity that I've created in this Sanako Connect piece of activities is for the students to listen to the first verse and the chorus up to 118 and count how many times they hear the wa phoneme. Now, this is a micro listening activity, focusing just on an individual sound rather than a word or meaning. And it's a really important part of phonics teaching and good practice. And the great thing about songs is they often have rhyming lyrics. So, for example, in that first verse, we've got rhyming sounds of pourquoi, joie, we've got soir in there, and then also in the chorus, moi, j'aime skier is repeated a few times. So that's a really good way of helping to tune students' listening ear into phonics. There's also some questions in English around the meaning of some of the words, and we can do gap fill activities with the lyrics as well. And these would all be marked automatically by the computer, so that would save teacher workload. We can ask students to say or sing some of the lines of the song. They can listen to an example first, then practice their pronunciation and get some feedback and be rated from 0 to 5 stars for their pronunciation. And then finally, they could have a go at recording the song or maybe just the chorus. This can also be adapted. So there's a simplified version where the students just have to use a multiple choice quiz to decide what pourquoi means. So they've got some options, which makes it easier. And they can also listen and fill in the gaps, but we can maybe not gap full words, but just parts of words to make it easier as well. Let's have a listen to another really nice song with a catchy tune. This is by a company called The Language Factory, and I love using their songs both at primary and Key Stage 3.
Chaque a dit toucher la tête, chaque a dit toucher le nez, chaque a dit toucher la bouche et toucher les oreilles, chaque a dit toucher la main, chaque a dit toucher les yeux, chaque a dit toucher les bras comme ça et toucher les cheveux.
So again, another lovely catchy song to the Match of the Day tune, and all of the Language Factory songs have been specifically written to help students of French, Spanish and German and Italian, in fact, to learn the language. So they're very repetitive and they're to tunes which are very catchy. And just so that we're not totally French focused, I've got a lovely song to finish with, which is a German song. Let's have a little listen to this.
Mein Lieblingstier ist die Bratwurst, ist die Bratwurst, ist die Bratwurst. Mein Lieblingstier ist die Bratwurst, denn die ist so schön grün. Mein Lieblingstier.
Okay, so you can't help but smile when you watch these two ladies and listen to the song. And we can do activities, gap fill activities, and then even ask students to write their answers in German to these questions, such as was ist dein Lieblingsfach, was ist dein Lieblingssport, was ist dein Lieblingstier, of course. And they can write their answers in a space, which when submitted, the teacher would be able to read. So it's a great way of doing some homework. And then we could also ask the students to record the answers to those answers that they've just written. And again, the teacher could listen to that as part of homework. So some really nice creative ways that we can use with songs. They're enjoyable, they're fun, but they also can be great sources to teach language, both in a written form and in an oral form. Thanks for listening today. I hope that was useful. Au revoir. Adios. Auf Wiedersehen.